Go over the 4 main phases that my clients go through to land job offers fast. And when I mean fast, I mean in weeks, okay? If you don't know me, my name is Jasmine. I left education after 8 years in education, and now I make over $150,000 working in the ed tech industry. I have an entire podcast, Pretty Rich Teacher, where I go over my transition and I give tips on exactly how I'm able to help other educators land 6-figure job offers. Let's go through the 4 phases of getting a job offer fast. Number 1, I know y'all don't want to hear this, but your burnout is actually slowing you down. You being mad and sad and no one's paying me and the job is stressed and I hate this job and I need a job tomorrow, that is holding you back. The very first thing I do is I have my clients list out all their stressors and we move those numbers down. So that way that burnout, that I hate my job energy is like rid away with, okay, let me have the energy to focus on my new job. That's step 1. 2 is then learning about your new job. Just how you went into teaching and you learned everything there is need to know about teaching. You got a degree, maybe a teaching certification, maybe you did an alt-cert course. However, you learned about how to become a teacher before you applied for a teaching job. Or maybe you applied for a teaching job and then you got certifications. Either way, you had to take time to learn about teaching. So the same thing happened in corporate. I help clients get into 2 different career fields, ed tech customer success or ed tech sales. They learn the career path in and out so that way they can be an expert in their new role. After becoming an expert in their new role, then they learn how to market their experience on their resume, LinkedIn, and the interviewing. Even though people hire transitioning teachers all the time, you must be able to market your experience, meaning you learn what that role does and then you explain how you already do it. It also helps to have a certification when I have my clients complete, where they can use that certification to fill in any gaps they don't have in their current role. But you want to market your experience in the most relevant and expert light, meaning if they're asking about onboarding, talk about you onboarding teachers and principals, not onboarding students. The last thing is selling your skills. This is something that teachers have never had to do before. Selling your skills meaning like you have to intentionally stand out from the other people who are applying. For teaching, there are more jobs than teachers applying, so you don't really have to fight hard for a spot, but in corporate, you must stand out. Standing out is non-negotiable. Those are the 4 phases that my client went through, Jasmine, to get a job offer in 6 weeks. 6 weeks, okay? So if you want the type of results, I highly recommend checking out my podcast, Pretty Rich Teacher. If you join my email list, I have a podcast listening guide that goes over everything you need to know, so you don't have to be overwhelmed. So if you're like, I don't want to listen to a whole podcast, you'll go to that podcast listening guide and know exactly what you need to hear. All right, let me know what questions y'all have in the comments.